That's all you can ask. I'm very proud of him.
How difficult was this day for a kid like Dewan Weed, who wanted so desperately to be able to help?
Yeah, and, you know, you talk about courage. I mean, he had a bad sprain. He still does, obviously. But he gave everything he had out there, and obviously wasn't up to par, but doesn't detract from his heart and his effort. I think he's a special guy.
Thanks for being so gracious. We'll see you next year. Thanks again.
Our hats go off to Dewan Weed, too, who played with that bad ankle. We'll be back with more from New York City in a moment. I hope you're enjoying the games on CBS. One left. Coming up, Providence in Arizona, just shortly here on CBS. And Mike, Arizona didn't finish the season all that great, but they've got great momentum and confidence in this tournament.
They have a lot more confidence in their inside game. A.J. Bramlett is on a roll. 14 rebounds a game in the NCAA tournament.
And Providence may be one of the most improved teams here.
No question about it. Pac, I think their success evolves around penetration, dribble penetration. They must deny dribble penetration by Arizona, and they must create offensive dribble penetration for them to win.
We save you for last.
Save me for last. With two evenly matched teams, typically a guy steps out from behind the scenes. Look for Jamel Thomas from Providence.
All right, we're going to send you out to the game to Jim Nantz, Billy Packer, and Craig James after this message and a word from your local station. We'll see you at halftime. Enjoy it.
Symbol for underdog excellence, the glass slipper has become one of the most celebrated traits of the NCAA tournament. Some say to be a Cinderella takes divine guidance or providence. And on Friday night, Pete Gillen's Friars flashed a knowing confidence. A sixth sense that is often a Final Four trademark. One of the last teams invited to the party, the Friars are hoping to be the last to leave. Friday, Arizona ripped the air with the tournament's most unexpected triumph. With Lute Olson's guidance, the young Cats' composure prevailed with a no-look, no-fear attitude. Arizona slammed shut the championship dreams of the Kansas Jayhawks. Both teams have taken their deserving bows. Now they need an encore performance to carry the slipper to Indianapolis.
Smart takes the shot. Indiana wins the championship. There's the pass to Laettner.
If the shoe fits, wear it. Welcome to the Cinderella Regional. Some may know it as the Southeast.
Calm down a little bit here.
Garces out of the game. Murdoch in for him. This is a small lineup for the Friars.
Well, if you're Pete Gillen, you have to use some strategy to turn this around. If you're Lute Olson, you sit over there and you say, wait a second. I've got a 10-point lead. I've got Bibby getting fresher by the minute. And I'm going to want him out there to control this game the last 5 minutes.
Shammgod. He'll shoot two.
Dickerson has just absolutely great defensive potential. He is so quick, strong, good leaper, hard worker.
But he picks up his first. Shammgod to shoot two.
But notice, Jim, he was right in front of Shammgod. There's not many guys his size who could stay right in front of him. Normally, just blow by somebody.
Shammgod's fortunes turned around somewhat in that loss in overtime to Notre Dame. Bill Walton was there broadcasting the game, and Shammgod asked him afterwards if he got any advice for my game, and Walton really emphasized the importance of being the point man and playmaker to get the ball to the big guys. Providence people will tell you that's been a turning point for him. Listening to the big redhead. Dickerson, too long.
Yeah, he didn't really have that ball set in his hands to shoot it.
Okay, it was 12. It's now 8. They can cut into it more.
It's the 2 point guards making the play, but Davidson.
Yeah, you got the 2 point guards in there with Davidson and Bramlett, and we've got the under 8 timeout. 12-point lead But Providence must go the rest of the way without its star player, Austin Crozier.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Lute Olson, the last thing that he wants are fouls. Watch Davison, how many times he goes up. There was one he put up. This is the final finish, using the left hand so nicely inside. He's been running the court beautifully. And Jim, let's face it, you just reeled off his offensive stats, but what's so important, he guarded a man today that could have had the big game and just shut him down, who's now sitting on the bench in Crozier.
Not the first time that Davison's done that this season. He also shut down Keith Van Horn in the second half of a game they played back in December, beating the Utes, holding Van Horn to 2 second-half points.
In roughly 18 minutes of play, so he is certainly capable. You think back at that club in 1988 that had Judd Buechler, who used to do that so effectively, being able to get out there and guard people with size and quickness.
Dickerson, ball on the floor, retrieves. Dickerson with back-to-back. Makes.
Dickerson now giving his impersonation of Ron Mercer, just going up over the top of people with those short jump shots.
He has 10 points. The average is 20.
Nice help by Bibby.
Pass inside somehow to Brown. Timeout Providence. They're down 8 with 3:25 remaining. So full timeout called by the Friars. 8 down, and we'll be right back. That timeout by Providence, the last one for the Friars. 11 coaches in history have taken 2 schools to the Final Four. 4 of them are active, and 2 of them will be, well, if Lute Olson hangs on, we could have 2 of them at the Final Four. Rick Pitino's in. Olson's already taken 2.
That's a great trivia question. A lot of people didn't realize Hugh Durham, back in the active list from the inactive, going to be coaching at Jacksonville. Dangerous pass.
Shamgod stole it, but right unable to come up with the pickup. Simon.
Dangerous.
Shamgod read it. Shamgod brings it down to 6. 3 minutes to go.
They better put the ball in Bibby's hands and keep it there.
Arizona trying to give the West some representation at the Final Four. And a steal. Garces comes up with it.
You've got Shamgod and Wright out here. They're causing havoc. Dickerson on him, but he's so tough with that drive.
Wright. Pump fake. Thomas 3. All there.
I think that Thomas, Jim, legs gave out on him. We noticed that in the first half. Just not getting any quick elevation. With Crozier on the bench with 5 fouls. It's got to be Thomas or Brown hitting those jumpers.
Thomas has put up 22 shots today. He's made 7. 2:30 remaining. Zona by 6.
See, Thomas can't even get any energy to go out and put the pressure on Dickerson. Might not be a bad idea for Arizona to put the ball in Dickerson's hands. Thomas just so tired.
Simon to the line for 2. That's the 4th on Brown. And there's Crozier. I never got to finish that. Here he is. His hopes resting with his teammates to bring him back. But Crozier was going to UConn. Then UConn gave its last scholarship to Kirk King. So then Crozier called up Notre Dame, said, I'm coming there. They said, we're out of scholarships. So he went to Providence without even visiting the school. Now, without being on the floor in his senior season, he'd like to somehow find a way to get to Indianapolis. But Simon increases the lead to 7. Make it 7.
Garces, despite that injury to his leg, still putting out there. Shamgod can't pull it out and take this much time. Clock's starting to become a major opponent here.
Shamgod gets a second try. Garces tips it in.
We got an injured player down on the floor. Excellent piece of officiating here.
Derek Brown. Got tangled underneath.
Looks like it's a knee that he's holding. He will have to come out. The basket will count.
83-78. The putback by Garces brings him within 5. And again, with Crozier already out.
It Murdoch would have to be the sub into the ball game, would you think?
It's the only one left. They already have Wright on the floor, and they really only play at the 7. Well, we've got, let's check that. Kofi Pointer comes in for the first time in Birmingham. He didn't play on Friday night.
Well, Brown is running it off. He does have to come out of the ball game. He can be put right back in after action is played, but he is jogging okay.
So a 6'8" freshman from Baltimore, number 4, Kofi Pointer.